thing about fall is, and it's the same with spring, is the weather is so unpredictable. When it's wintertime, you know it's going to just be cold and you're totally prepped for it being really cold. Summertime, you know it's going to be hot and you just deal with it. But when it comes to the springtime, and especially here in Texas, the fall, you never know when that first cold front's going to come. You never know how, oh, my gate flew open. It's been an incredibly windy day. Incredibly windy day. But you just don't know when that first real cold front's going to come. Normally, you might get a cold front, you know, the kind that gets you really cold below freezing in November. You might get it in December. You usually get one, 24 hours or something. It's rare to get it in October, but it is possible. But the thing about it is, you never know, is it going to, how accurate are the weather forecasters going to be? And that's what I'm faced with right now. We're supposed to tonight, as I'm videotaping it, it is, this is Thursday afternoon. I guess it's October 10th. And the weather forecasters are all saying a front's coming, like around 1 p.m. or so. It's supposed to be getting here. We're supposed to be getting rain. Not really heavy rain, and we need rain desperately. We're officially in a drought. But it's supposed to get chilly. Now, it's supposed to be kind of warm, I guess in the morning. I can't remember, but it's supposed to get down into the 50s tomorrow. And then they're talking about maybe the next night. I don't remember. Half of this is what other people have been telling me. Half of this is what I'm seeing on the weather apps. But like we could possibly hit 30. Not sure. Well, clearly some of my crops growing in my garden, that wouldn't matter. I have kale growing. Well, let me show you. Kale is right here, and it's protected somewhat because of the high rock. The wind doesn't get to it, and I expect it to be a tad warmer, so I don't expect it to suffer. I've got peas growing here, and they're doing fantastic. Let me see if I can stand where it's in this, not as much shade. It's hard to do. But I've got this window blocking the north. This direction is north. So it's blocking. This is faced towards the south. So I think that would probably do okay. The lettuce, well, this lettuce is spent. I think I'm going to pull this lettuce up today and go feed it to my goats because this lettuce is spent. Some of this I'll probably harvest for the rabbits. This lettuce pretty good. But it's all this tall stuff, it's spent. The green bean, I'll pick all the green beans off, but I'm going to leave the plant. It's kind of protected. It may do okay. The aloe vera, I think it will be okay since it's protected down there. And we may or we may not ever make it into the 30s. As we get closer, if I start getting scared, I'll bring the aloe vera in. I'll make some adjustments as we get closer. Right now, to give you an idea, I'm in shorts. It's hot out here. It's hot and humid. It's sunny right now. This morning, it felt like rain, constantly rain. Yesterday, I found, when I came out to water here, I found a monster football-size zucchini. I will double check these zucchinis. If we actually get a freeze, I doubt the zucchini will survive. I might clear out some of this today for the goats just because it's free food. But this, and some of the squash, if we get a freeze, this squash is history. It's not going to make it. Oh, it's hard to walk through here. There's branches and other stuff. Oh, I just found a butternut squash that I don't think it's ever going to ripe. I do have a couple ripe ones in here. I might harvest those today. But my sweet potatoes. If you remember, I don't even remember what month it was. I'd have to go look. But I did a video about I had a sweet potato that was sprouting. And so I was wondering, if I just planted the store-bought sweet potato, just whole, didn't even cut it up, I really needed to get it in the ground. Time had passed. I just didn't want to give any more time. I wanted it in the ground. And the vine's doing pretty good. I've got vines all the way over here. I mean, you can see it's all the way over there. So what I'm going to do, because there's no question, if it gets cold tomorrow, this is dead. This is a tropical, warm, wet type. So I'm just going to sit here and I'm going to pull these up and I'm going to see if I got any sweet potatoes at all. Any. Now you can see the goats are really hoping for some treats, and they'll get these treats. I'm going to send all this over to them. Okay. So let's see. What is the verdict here? What is the verdict? I see a sweet potato. Okay. Let me get this grass out of here so we can see better. Okay. What do we have growing here? Oh, look at, oh my goodness gracious. I got one sweet potato. I got a baby sweet potato. I got a little teeny sweet potato. I got little teeny sweet potatoes. Here's another teeny sweet potato. I grew a rock. Proof you can grow rocks. Well, all I'm finding basically is teensy-eensy sweet potatoes. Baby sweet potatoes. Here's a interesting sweet potato. Oh, this is deep, people. Here's another little sweet potato. I see something there. Small sweet potato. Well, I think that's it. I'm not finding... I'm just, the soil is kind of hard in here. And I think that may be why some of this is so small. But I did get a harvest. And they're already getting what they could through the fence. They're enjoying this. Well, this proves that you can take a store-bought sweet potato that is sprouting and grow some sweet potatoes. I think if I'd had looser soil way down deep, it would have done better. I'm thinking this might have been the original sweet potato. I don't know. But obviously, I don't know. That's shade. I don't know if you can see those. Maybe if I'd had looser soil and more time, they would have gotten bigger. But hey, I got some sweet potatoes. So that's a good experiment. And that tells me, if you've got a sweet potato that is starting to sprout, go for it. Use that sweet potato. Maybe, cut it up and try to dry out the edge so that you can plant it, and maybe you do better that way. But, yep, I got a harvest. To pull up the spaghetti squash. I don't even have one squash growing. Not a single one. This plant isn't doing too well at all. So obviously, I'm not going to get any production. So I'm just going to go ahead and feed this to the goats. They'll be happy. Give them some nutrition. And I'll try next year growing spaghetti squash.